Well, that's one way of looking at it, I suppose. Now it's being reported that Mr. McCarthy had to cut some side deals with House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries to allow Democrats to save the controversial debt ceiling deal with a deal that passed with more Democrat votes than Republican votes. Both the offices, by the way, of McCarthy and Jeffries deny that Axios report. So how will the markets react to more feckless and irresponsible government spending? Let's talk to the CEO of Legacy Precious Metals, Charles Thorngren. Charles, thank you for joining us. You know, I don't need to tell you how childish congressional spending is making our money kind of like equal to monopoly money. What is that doing to Americans' 401ks? And is it true that Americans are supplementing or can supplement their 401ks with precious metals as a hedge against all of this profligate government overspending?
Absolutely. And I think what we're seeing right now is you're seeing a market begin to react on what they believe is good news because they believe the agenda that's been given to them. But those of us in the know see it for what it is. It's more debt and it's more reckless spending. And this is why we see more and more people choosing for options.
Right. And you know what? I've got to say that it has been long observed by economists that the more share of an economy that is dedicated to your government, the worse off your economy is. And that's where we're headed, yes? Absolutely.
There's no job the government can't do that's more expensive than the private sector. We know that. That's a fact. And what we see in this scenario is the government wanting more. The agenda that has been proposed for the past 2 years is let us do this for you. Do what we tell you. We'll think for you. Give us the amount of money that we need, whether it's for this, whether it's to write off that. Trust us. And that's the problem.
Yeah. Well, you know, on the world stage, you see the world's despots and dictators kicking sand into Joe Biden's face because they don't respect him. And it is like that on the political level, but it's also on the economic level. How concerned are you by efforts like Mother Russia, Communist China, and the BRICS nations? They are actively trying to replace the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. Isn't the Congress doing the biddings of America's enemies by basically being irresponsible in their spending and leading to the catastrophic fall of the American dollar?
Absolutely. And listen, the BRIC Nation is doing what they've said they wanted to do all along. The BRIC Nation organization, and understand too, they've had 17 other countries that want to join the BRIC Alliance. And their main goal is to make sure that we lose the dominance the dollar has. They want to create a currency to where they can begin to influence not just policy within their own nation, but in the world. And we are giving them that control. Our Congress is giving them that control. Our House is taking the power they had over the budget and agreeing to give them the debt ceiling that they want without fighting hard enough, in my opinion.
Well, just out of curiosity, with all of the irresponsible spending in Washington and the way the world is working out economically speaking, what are metals doing? I haven't looked lately, so what are they? I mean, is gold gaining? Is silver gaining?
Yeah, gold and silver are both up today. You know, there was a lot of weakness in the markets in general because of the debt ceiling, right? And now that we know that we have a deal, we know the damage that's to be done. We're beginning to see that move again. And we'll see metals climb substantially. I think, you know, even outside the metal world, you have a lot of financial institutions saying, you know, gold at $2,300 an ounce, and here we are just below 2,000 now. So there's a lot of strength there, and that comes on the weakness that we know that's coming. The recession that everyone talks about that we know is coming. Those things are bound to happen. So what we want to do is we want to look at that and say, the opportunity now is strong.
Well, I've got a lot of friends and family who have really been looking closely at least using it as a hedge because the way the Congress is going right now, the American dollar is turning into funny money faster than you and I can talk about it. So, Charles Thorngren, appreciate the expertise here on the Chris Salcedo Show. Thank you. Joe Biden has officially become a symbol of the United States of America. Oh, no, we're going to explain that coming up next.